Hello and welcome to Shannon Gardens. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So in today's video, I wanted to do a bit of a hanging basket refresh as we ease our way into September. I'm really looking forward to fall and the cooler weather and wanted to refresh those baskets with some fall inspired color. So I wanted to share with you guys the plants that I'm adding to my baskets and a little bit of information about those plants and get those planted and show you the end result. All right, so I've got some plants here that I'm going to show you guys now that I've picked out to put in my hanging baskets, and I have to show you the one I am most excited about first. So this is the Petcoa, and hopefully you guys can see that really pretty color there. It's kind of a blend of yellow and orange and pink, and it really reminds me of fall. Now, I don't believe I've planted this plant before. This is a cross between a petunia and a calibrachoa. And if you guys have been watching for a while, you know that generally I prefer calibrachoa over petunias for a lot of different reasons. I just find they're easier to care for and they don't require deadheading. So in the last few years, I've really enjoyed having calibrachoa over petunias. However, when I saw this, and I must say I was first attracted by the color, so I didn't even know exactly what they were, but when I saw the color and then checked out the plant, I saw that it was a cross between the petunia and calibrachoa. So from what I've found out, the Petcoa kind of takes the best of both flowers. It has a larger bloom, more like a petunia. The calibrachoa blooms are smaller than this, so it's got a larger bloom like you can see here, but it doesn't have that stickiness of petunias. I don't know if you guys have had petunia plants, but they tend to be kind of sticky, and when they fall, they're sticky on whatever they're landing on. This does not have that. And it says that they require little to no deadheading, much like the calibrachoa, which is something I absolutely love about the calibrachoa. So I'm very excited about planting these. Now, all the plants that I'm showing you guys that I'm putting in my hanging baskets should bloom till frost. I am in Georgia, and so our first frost really can vary. It can go anywhere from about mid-October, anywhere into November. So these should last me for quite a while. And like I said, I'm just looking for something to carry me over into fall and really want to get some fall inspired color in these hanging baskets as I start to decorate my home for fall as well. So we're starting with the Petcoa. And then next I am just doing some marigolds. I've got some yellow and orange marigolds here. And again, these will bloom until first frost and they're very easy to maintain. I've had marigolds for years. They attract butterflies and very easy to maintain. So I got yellow and orange of that, and I thought it would pair nicely with the Petcoa. And then lastly, I got zinnias. Again, a plant that's very easy to care for and should last until that first frost. So I got a couple of different kinds here. I believe I got these at Home Depot. They had a few different varieties. They had the single, double, and semi-double flowers, and I'll show you guys what I picked out here. Again, staying in that orange and yellow theme. I think I have one that's a little closer to red too. I wish I had found more of those, but nonetheless, so we've got this orange here, and then we've got this pretty yellow here. And this is more of the reddish bloom that I was talking about. It's kind of orange, but it's got more red in it, which I think is really pretty. So as I mentioned about the marigolds, same with the zinnias as far as they really attract butterflies. As a matter of fact, as I was setting up for this video, a butterfly came immediately and got on the zinnia. And not to mention that my zinnias that I have planted in ground all summer are just flooded with butterflies right now. So I really like putting butterfly attracting plants in my garden, and these will absolutely attract the butterflies too. Now I did want to mention that I do have a video about my favorite top 5 annuals in which I go into a little bit more detail about calibrachoa and zinnias, and I'll put a link in the description in case you guys are interested in learning more about those plants as well. All right, you guys, so let's get everything planted and see the end result. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Okay, you guys, so I've set up how I think I want my hanging basket to look. I do grab all my plants and just kind of do several iterations of how I want it set up before I settle on a final decision. But I did want to point out, first of all, that my hanging baskets are actually facing a wall, or they're against a wall, I should say. So I'm planting them much as I would a container, where I'm doing the taller plants in the back and then stacking them to the shorter in the front, because I'm not going to be viewing it from the back. So if I was viewing it from the back, I would have more of a tendency maybe to plant in the middle and then plant out from that. And that's just my own preference. You can plan it however you want, but with me having that against more of a wall in the back, it just didn't make sense to me to plant it in the middle and then have everything going around. So again, it's your own preference. That's just how I prefer to do it. But I have my zinnias planted here, and you can see I've chosen 3, and again, just keeping in that fall theme. And then I decided to do the marigolds. I've got the yellow here and I've got an orange here. I'm going to do those on the side. And then I've got my Petcoa. Hello, look at that, so pretty. And I've got that's going to go more in between here, in between the 2 marigolds, and that will fill in and then drape over the side of this hanging basket. So it's going to look really, really nice, especially once everything fills in. And I just think that these colors are beautiful for fall. Now I wanted to mention too that I have potting soil in my hanging baskets, and then I'm just loosening up. You can see where this is pretty rooted, and I'm just loosening up the soil a bit as I place it. Now, as far as the Petcoa, that soil was actually really nice and kind of loose, so it was not root bound. But I'm just loosening up the soil here, planting them in, and then we'll top it off with potting soil. The potting soil already has fertilizer in it, so I think I'm good to go there. I'll get these planted and then I'll show you guys the end result. I wanted to provide a little bit more information about the plants that I'm planting. First up, we have marigolds, which are noted for USDA zones 2 through 11 and bloom spring, summer, and fall. They come in colors including multicolor, yellow, red, orange, and white, and attract butterflies and many other pollinators. Next up are zinnias, which are low maintenance annuals that come in colors including purple, orange, yellow, white, pink, and red. They are deer resistant and attract hummingbirds, butterflies, and bees. And I have a little video here that I'm inserting that shows some butterflies at my zinnias that I have planted in ground currently as well. Then lastly, we have the Petcoa, and these are noted as long season annuals in most zones. They are noted for full sun and are said to tolerate some shade in hotter climates. They come in a variety of colors and attract both hummingbirds and butterflies. All right, you guys, so I have finished and I've got my hanging baskets, or at least a couple of them hanging up here. So I have my zinnias here in the back, and then I have my marigolds right here tucked in right there and right over here. And then of course I have my Petcoa here out front, and that will fill in here and over here and hang over this basket. And I think that it is just so pretty. I absolutely love this fall color palette, and I'm just very pleased with the results. And I have to tell you guys that as I was planting these, I had butterflies coming up to all of these flowers here. So very excited about that as well. So we have the one here, and then we have the second basket here. You can see it's partially in the sun over there. The zinnias are in the sun, and the sun is about to make its way over to the rest of the flowers. But again, I just love this color palette. I think it's so pretty. And then of course I have my other 2 hanging baskets, which are planted the same as these, and I'm just very, very pleased with the end result here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm so excited to get my hanging baskets refreshed and ready for fall as we ease into September. So thank you so much again. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so that you can be notified each time I upload a new video. All right, you guys, until next time, happy gardening and goodbye.